Okay, example 3, a really straightforward example. The previous examples were a little bit tougher. How many ways can 6 people line up for tickets to a show? Well, here, because they're lining up, order matters, and we could do a permutation because we're picking one people out of 6. But the best way to think about this is the first person we pick from 6 people. Okay. So we pick that first person from 6 people. We have 5 people left. Second person, we'll be picking from 5 people. And the third person, we're going to pick from 4. So to answer this question, we're just going to take 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So whenever you're picking one person from 6 people, or you're trying to line up, n number of items, it's always going to be that factorial if you're picking one item at a time. All right, so the answer to 6 factorial is 720. And again, you can easily do that on the calculator. 6 math probability factorial is 4, 720. All right, example 4, how many combinations of 11 people fill 5 chairs at a table? Because the people are sitting in different chairs, different things are happening with each person, then this is a permutation. So order kind of matters. It matters what chair they sit in. Even though there's 5 chairs, it seems like it doesn't matter where they sit, but you need to know that in a problem like this, it's a permutation. So we get 11 factorial over 11 minus 5. But the other way to think about this, and it's a little bit more straightforward, look, we're picking how many combinations of 11 people fill 5 chairs at a table. Well, when we pick that first person, we're picking from 11 people. And then when we pick the second person, and we're down by 1, we're picking 10. And so on through 9 picks. If you run this through the the permutation formula, we get 11 factorial over 6 factorial. Well, if you write that out, the 6 factorial cancels out the 6 factorial in the numerator, and we're just left with this. When we do the multiplication, we get, big number, 55,000. Looks like 440. Again, we could type 11 permutation 5 into the calculator, get the same number. How many 3-person committees can be selected from a set of 7 people? Again, this is a permutation. And we get 7 factorial over 7 minus 3, or 4 factorial. So I find these actually, if the numbers are small, then it's actually easier to just use the formula. And sometimes 6 times 5 is 210. Okay, I'm showing you example 6 because I found this example confusing, and maybe it's just the way my head works, but I changed it just a little bit from the quiz. But there's 3 2-hour classes to register for in 3 subjects. If each class is offered each of the 6 hours of the school day, and how many ways can this person arrange the schedule? And here's the thing, if they are each 2-hour classes, there's just 3 classes in a school day, and that's where I had problems. Just doing a little bit of division, apparently. So anyways, the way you pick, if you're picking 3 classes from 3 classes, the number of different ways you can do that is, you pick the first class from 3. Once that class is picked, the second class is picked from 2, and then, well, you're left with the 1 class. So there are 6 different ways to pick 3 classes out of a 3-class schedule. All right, I'm going to end this video. I will see you on the next.